Hey guys, Nox here, and this is episode 30 already of Let's Talk with Some Random Guys and also best and most awesome YouTuber in the world in high definition. And today is Friday, the 16th of March, and our special guest is Static.
What's going on, guys?
Great to see you back in business, buddy.
Thanks, man. It's so good to be back. I've really missed it.
And yeah, so let's start with the interview. You already said why you were gone, so I think we can skip that part.
Yeah.
How did you get into Minecraft?
To be honest, my little brother got into it before I did, and I saw him playing it a couple times on the computer, and then all my friends at university started playing it as well. So I thought I'd give it a shot, and yeah, I was hooked straight away.
And tell me your first reactions to on the game.
My first reactions actually weren't very positive. I saw my little brother running around in this what looked like a really heavily pixelated world with what he said was a fist but looked nothing like a hand, and I thought it was just hilarious. It was such bad graphics, and yeah, for about a month I refused to play the game, but like I said, I finally gave it a shot and loved it. So once I started playing it, awesome game, but yeah, first impressions weren't
D-
so good.
do you remember which version it was?
It was actually back in alpha.
Oh, cool. And how did you start with YouTube?
Um, that was just I'd been watching videos and stuff on YouTube for quite a while, and was watching people make money from it and wanting to get into YouTube for quite a while, but never really knew what to do for a channel. And then when I started playing Minecraft, I thought it'd be relatively easy to make a Minecraft video, and so yeah, I just filmed one of my creations, put that up on YouTube, and got a surprisingly large amount of positive feedback. And again, like with Minecraft, from there on, I was hooked. It was, I was addicted to posting up videos and interacting with my subscribers.
And what's the story behind your username?
That one's interesting. I used to play a lot of first-person shooters, and like this was back when I was in you know early high school sort of thing. Um, and I just decided on Static as my username, partially because I was really into the band Static X at the time, not so much now, um, and also just because I thought it sounded really cool. And as for the sevens, seven used to be my lucky number, and the name Static was taken on YouTube, so I just threw a bunch of sevens in there, and that's what I came up with.
Yeah, it's my lucky number as well. And how did you start with Redstone?
um, Redstone was basically like I wanted doors on my house in Minecraft, but it was a pain in the ass having to continuously turn around and manually close the doors. So I ended up trying to find a decent tutorial on YouTube for double doors. And this, like I said, this was back in alpha, so there were very few good tutorials out there. And had a really, really, really hard time finding one. So I decided I'd sort of look into how Redstone worked myself and figure that kind of stuff out and do my own tutorials. So since then, I've been making a ton of Redstone contraptions.
I remember the old alpha tutorials by Rolf David, and they taught me Redstone as well. And I think there were only a few, like Branny Beast did some, and
Yeah,
Rolf David, yeah, but not that
I
many.
remember. I remember seeing. I think it might have been a tutorial by Tyken, or I can't remember. It was someone who was relatively well known, but the tutorial was really, really dark. Like I could not see what was going on because they were doing it underground and stuff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah,
Luckily, we have now a brightness feature so that everybody can see in the dark.
yeah, exactly. That's a great feature of the game.
And do you remember the first thing you built with Redstone besides your double doors? Like first real
Yeah,
contraption?
the first real contraption that used Redstone was it's actually my first video, that the zombie loot trap, the zombie grinder. I found a zombie spawner in like a cave that I'd dug out, and this was the first time I'd ever seen a spawner in the game, so it was a big thing for me, and I wanted to do something with it, and so I decided I'd make a trap so I could get feathers for arrows. And the trap I came up with is ridiculously overcomplicated, and it's huge and doesn't work all the time or whatever. But one thing that I was really proud of with that was I actually had lava lighting in the trap to turn off the zombies. And like I said, this is back in alpha when we didn't have pistons, didn't have anything like that. And yeah, I mean the redstone was extremely simple. It just updated some lava, but yeah, that was probably the first thing I ever made with redstone.
And what inspires you to build all your contraptions?
More or less just to see if I can do it. Like I'll come up with an idea that I think is cool, but challenging, and then basically issue myself the challenge to try and get it done.
Do you like everything that has been added in 1.8 and 1.9 with food, new combat, magical stuff, and so on?
Yeah, I think initially I was on the same page as everyone else with that. I didn't like it at first, like when they were talking about adding it into the game. But once it was added into the game and I got to have a bit of a play around with it, I thought it was great. I mean, the food is awesome. I love that you need to eat in the game, or you can set it to peaceful if you don't want to. The magical stuff, the enchantments I haven't really gotten into too much myself, but the potions are awesome. I love those. And the new combat's great. The old combat was far too easy. It was, you could fight 10 zombies at a time with a couple of creepers and skeletons thrown in, no problems at all. Now it's a little bit more complicated, which I love it.
And even more complicated with new AI.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you like the end of Minecraft?
I haven't actually played right to the end. I've been trying to put that off for a little while. Kind of like how Etho did with his redstone, putting that off until the last minute until he got bored with the game. I'm also sort of putting off going to the end. I mean, it's not quite as expansive as redstone. There's not as much scope with it, but still, it's something to look forward to.
Yeah, but it's kind of boring there, can tell you.
Yeah, probably, but.
Are you a bit of XP farm there with the Enderman? Then it could be a bit of fun.
Yeah, that's a possibility, definitely.
If you could add one thing to Minecraft, what would it be?
Well, I remember when I first started playing Minecraft, not having the slightest clue what I was supposed to do, like not knowing that I couldn't just use the logs that I'd cut from trees to make stuff. I needed to make planks. So just something. Like maybe an introduction to the game, or like a little bit of an introductory section where they teach you about crafting and something like that.
I think last week or so in an interview, Jeb said that they are not planning into implementing something like that in the game. Maybe they should link the wiki or something so that new players have more chance to survive if they don't know YouTube or so.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I mean, it definitely helps channels who are putting out, how to survive your first night videos, things like that. Because that was the first thing I remember YouTubing when I started playing the game. But
I think not anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess not. But now there's like a million of them out there on YouTube. But I don't know. I see that as a real stumbling block for the game. Is like people come to the game who have never played the game before, get into it, and have no idea what to do. They get slaughtered by zombies their first night, and can't build anything but a dirt hut. And it can put people off the game. And if I hadn't have Googled or YouTubed how to survive my first night and how to craft, I probably wouldn't be playing Minecraft now myself either.
And if you would have to remove one thing from Minecraft, what would that be?
I think I'm going to have to go for the stock standard answer here and say bugs. Lag in SMP, that one really gets me because, here in Australia, the lag is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just generic. And silverfish. I'm not a big fan of silverfish. I don't know why. I just don't like them.
Okay, can you imagine something like a sequel to Minecraft?
Yes and no. I can kind of imagine them doing like a slightly updated graphics, but I don't think because Minecraft itself doesn't have very much of a storyline. I don't think there's really a need to do a sequel, if that makes sense at all.
Yeah. So, only thing how it would look like would be more graphics and maybe more blocks or so.
Yeah, definitely, and possibly some gravity or something like that. Although the floating islands are kind of iconic to Minecraft, I guess.
Yeah, maybe they put that in future updates. And yeah, now it would be the time for your questions, like the user questions. But sadly, I only got one question of you guys, and I think it was because you said that the viewers should PM me, and maybe a lot of them were too lazy. But
Yeah.
only
Might be a
question
possibility.
only question that was sent to me was, what's the story behind your username? I sadly don't remember who sent it to me, but since it's already in our question set, it already has been answered. So, do you have any goals that you want to achieve with your channel?
Yeah, I've always been pretty directed as far as goals and stuff like. Since starting my channel, my main goal was to hit 10,000 subscribers, which I've done quite a while ago now. At the moment, my main goals are to hit 100,000 subscribers. That's like a, in the distant future kind of goal. I'd like to, and this is definitely a pie in the sky kind of goal, but I'd love to be like one of the more famous Australian gamers. Although there's not many,
Yeah.
not all that many Australian gamers out there, but at least not on YouTube anyway.
I
And
just remember 4.
yeah, yeah, you can pretty much count them on one hand, unfortunately. But and yeah, just to continue putting out interesting content that I have fun with. That's my absolute main goal, is to just have fun with my channel, really.
And do you have any future projects? You already said some in your Back with a Bang video, where you announced the interview, but
Yeah.
any others?
Yeah. On top of the stuff in my Back with a Bang video, I am working on a couple of little things. Like I'm working in my Black Aperture world on a teleporter. It's not very fun. I don't know. It's not something you'd put into your survival world or whatever. It's very resource intensive and over complex. But that's what my Black Aperture world is all about, really. And it's more or less just for a little bit of fun. And yeah, working on a couple of other little things here and there, but nothing major yet.
Do you think there will be an end of Minecraft hype? And if yes, when?
Yeah, I think it is sort of starting to die out a little bit. It's not as much of a fad as it was, but I think Minecraft will always have a pretty solid fan base. So I don't think that's ever going to change.
Okay, Jeb said if there will be another Minecon, it will be in Europe. Do you want another Minecon? And if yes, where shall it be?
Oh, hell yes, I want another Minecon. I'm so annoyed that I had to miss the first one. So I'd love to have another Minecon and be able to actually rock up and check out some of the panels and maybe even be on a panel myself. Fingers crossed. And yeah, if I was to be a real optimist, I'd say I'd love for the next Minecon to be in Australia because let's face it, that's nice and close to where I live. But yeah, I don't know. I think somewhere in Europe is probably where it's going to be.
Do you think you could go to the one in Europe with maybe your YouTube money or so?
At this stage, probably not. Maybe if I get like an absolute ton of donations and my sub growth picks up something crazy like in the next couple of weeks. But yeah, I don't know. Unless that happens, probably not.
Okay, yeah, that's it for the interview today. I really enjoyed it. And if you liked the video, don't forget to check out Static's channel out. And maybe you can help us on our way to 1,000 subscribers. And yes, all the links to Static's channel are in the description, and everything else I maybe mentioned in the video but don't remember now. And yeah, all the time my brain is lagging a bit.
Oh, I know that feeling, mate.
So that's all for today, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Catch us later.